Alright, so let's go step by step and just see what we're going to be doing as we go through. First of all, the first thing we do is we're going to be taking the lye and mixing it into the water and stirring it around. Stir, stir, stir for quite a while. This could be kind of fumy, so we're going to have to move back and breathe out of the way of it. But something I forgot about with the utensils is that we are going to definitely need to use rubber gloves and goggles. You're going to have to forgive my goggles here. They are glasses, but such is life. And my rubber gloves are kind of dirty, but that's life too. So anyway, so we're going to mix those two together. It's going to form a hot, very yucky smelling concoction, but we'll live through it. Then we'll come over here and immediately pour the lye solution into, after it's dissolved. Sorry, we'll need to stir it until it's dissolved. But once it's dissolved, then we'll pour it immediately into the lard. Once it's poured into the lard, I'm going to use my handy dandy tool here, a stick blender. I found this to be the absolute best way of making soap. All I have to do is take it in there, give it a few whirls, and after just a couple minutes I have my soap at a trace. Now what does that mean, a soap at a trace? That means that it's thick enough that you can actually see a trace of the soap across the top. Say if I'm down here and I'm going around and around, and then I lift up my blender and some of it runs off my blender down inside. As I can look down inside and actually see there's going to be a path, a trail, if you will, of what the runoff left. So hopefully you can understand that, and maybe when we get to that point the camera can show you down on there how it's coming to a trace or not. Then we get to the next section, which is going to be the funnest section. Once it's to a trace, then we get to add all these things that we want. So we'll just add all those things in there, maybe blend it up a little bit more just to make sure that it's all totally there. We'll pour it into the soap mold, and after it's all in the soap mold, then we get to close the top up, wrap it with towels, and then we'll put it in a warm place for 24 hours. It needs to stay in a nice warm place for 24 hours undisturbed, after which we can dump it out, cut it into bars, and then let it sit for 2 to 3 weeks at least, turning it every so often just to make sure it cures evenly on all sides. Alright, so I think we're ready to go. Let's get started. Okay, those don't work very well. Can I get a towel? Sorry. Actually, I'll give it. Sorry. Some of those things that you just forget right before I wrap through. Okay, so we have 6.6 ounces of lye here, and we're going to pour it into 1 pound, 3 ounces of water. We want to pour slowly and gently so that we don't form an explosion. And always be sure to pour your lye into the water. Do not pour the water into the lye. You can form an explosion by doing it the opposite direction. Okay. Sorry, the fumes are a bit much. Okay. I've checked to make sure that it is completely dissolved. Now that it is, we'll go ahead and pour it in here and use our stick blender to blend it all up. Move it along and get these oils broken up into the hot lye solution.